Part 81. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 801. Swoosh. 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 At once, countless lasers were directed at Chu Wei, and it was as if an interstellar war had taken place at the bottom of the sea. Chu Wei's body shook, and his whole body was wrapped in white flames. At the same time, he stretched out his index fingers and made a pistol shape, spiritual finger gun. Chu Wei's fingers shot out white flame bullets. Although the spiritual finger gun is a relatively low-level martial art, Chu Wei's strength is too strong now. Even low-level martial arts can exert great power in Chu Wei's hands. I saw that those bullets were like magic weapons, and they actually penetrated one of the shark ships. In an instant, the white fire burned the shark ship, and in the sea water, the shark ship was burned into nothingness. Catch him with the net of heaven and earth. Countless large nets were thrown out in the fleet. These nets were not ordinary nets. They were all snow white, just like spider silk. This is a net made of the silk of the mutant magic spider. This kind of net is extremely tough. Not only artillery fire, but even Wangbing can hardly cut it. Break it. A slashing knife appeared in Chu Wei's hand. This slashing knife was not formed by supernatural power, but the king weapon inlaid with 7 gems, the 7 treasures slashing knife. Swish. Swish. The blade of the 7 treasures slashing knife seemed to be able to cut through everything, even the web of the mutant demon spider was cut open by him. Chu Wei's body flashed, and the next second he was in front of a shark ship, and the slashing knife in his hand cut directly into it, with a sound of sizzle, of sparks. This shark ship was directly cut in half by Chu Wei. The 7 treasures slashing knife was too sharp, and the shark ship of the same king level could not withstand its sharpness at all. The opponent has powerful king soldiers, all fleets retreat, maintain the encirclement formation, and suppress with huge firepower. As the shark fleet adjusted its formation, all the shark ships were far away from Chu Wei, and at the same time they opened their artillery, and missiles cut through the sea water and went towards Chu Wei. They wanted to use huge firepower to kill Chu Wei alive. Chu Wei's eyes turned cold, and he didn't give them any chance at all. Chu Wei's speed was so fast that these shark fleets were just his live targets during the short distance movement. Swoosh. Chu Wei's figure appeared directly on a shark ship in the east, and the slashing knife in his hand cut the shark ship in half from top to bottom. The next second, Chu Wei's figure appeared in the shark fleet in the west, and the 7 treasure slashing knife in his hand was like the slashing knife of the god of death. Every time it was swung, the sharp blade seemed to cut the entire sea water, let alone those shark ships. Boom! 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 The explosions with flames continued to sound in the deep sea. One shark ship after another became a pile of fragments under Chu Wei's slashing knife. Countless blood dyed the ocean red. Too terrible, this Zhao De is too terrible. A terrified voice came from the last shark ship. They, Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect, had a total of 18 shark ships just now, but after a while, only their own one was left. At this moment, the commander of the entire fleet regretted it very much. When he saw Zhao De, he shouldn't have attacked impulsively. He should have waited until the support of the large force arrived before dealing with Zhao De. He should have waited until the Red Protector or Deputy Sect Master Zhao came before dealing with Zhao De. He regretted it. In his horrified eyes, he saw Zhao De's sharp 7 treasures chopping knife cut the last shark ship. Sea water poured into the shark ship, and all the machines and instruments alarmed, malfunctioned, and then became a pile of scrap metal. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 802. Chu Wei swung the 7 treasures slashing knife and headed directly to the east. Chu Wei's spiritual power covered a range of thousands of meters around him. As Chu Wei moved, he could feel that many people were constantly coming here. Zhao De, You actually destroyed all the fleets of our Chengtian section. You have caused a huge disaster. Today, our Chengtian sect must cut you into pieces. A master of the Chengtian sect stood in front of Chu Wei. This was a strong man who had reached the level 5 of the king. There were other people from the Chengtian sect around, but the Red Protector was still not seen. Causing trouble? Isn't it a trouble to let your fleet kill me? If your brain is sick, I will send you to reincarnate. Chu Wei's eyes turned cold, and he came to the front of the king with the slashing knife in his hand, and attacked the opponent's head with a slash. The king was shocked, and his hands immediately transformed into a metal shield in front of his chest. The shield was full of pentagons, flashing a solid light. Slash. The slashing knife directly cut through the shield, and a stream of blood rushed into the sky. The head of this king was directly cut off by Chu Wei. Today, Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect were all out to kill him, and Chu Wei had no intention of holding back. Other people from Chengtian sect were shocked. Why is Zhao De getting more and more terrible? A strong man at the level 5 of the king can kill with just one slash. Kill. Hold him back. As long as the Red Protector comes, Zhao De must die here today. The people from Chengtian sect formed a formation to attack Chu Wei. There were hundreds of them, and the formation in the sea water was like a sea snake. Everyone used their strongest martial arts to attack Chu Wei. Chu Wei's eyes turned cold, and he rushed into the formation with a slashing knife in his hand, and one blade after another passed by. Every time a blade passed by, blood must be shed and someone died. Don't be afraid, everyone. I don't believe that Zhao De dares to kill all of us in Chengtian sect, unless he really wants to have an irreconcilable feud with us. In that case, he will definitely die. When the formation could not hold, someone from Chengtian sect shouted. Really? I'll take your life first. The next second, Chu Wei's figure appeared in front of this person. The slashing knife in his hand slashed across, and this person fell directly. The sharpness of the slashing knife even split his body into 2 pieces. Kill. The disciples of Chengtian sect still went towards Chu Wei fearlessly. Then I will send you to die together. Chu Wei was also blood-curdling, and the slashing knife in his hand slashed out a series of knife auras, puff puff puff, one after another. The disciples of Chengtian sect died in Chu Wei's hands. Looking for death. After Chu Wei killed the last person, he glanced at the corpse in the sea behind him without a trace of sympathy. If you don't kill others, then others will kill you. Since this is the case, then kill all the enemies in front of you. Chu Wei continued to move towards the east. He wanted to leave the sea area directly from the east. The deputy leader has ordered to stop Zhao De, even his corpse cannot be allowed to pass. Chu Wei was blocked by Tuzang sect again not long after he was in the deep sea. The people of Tuzang sect are good at forming formations and using earth power. Even in the ocean, they still use earth power to form a huge castle and trap Chu Wei inside. Well, our Tuzang sect's formation is still powerful. We finally trapped Zhao De. This kid is so cruel. I heard that more than 100 people from Chengtian sect were killed by him. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiang ZK. Chapter 803. This little devil, when Deputy Sect Master Zhao takes him away later, he will first skin him, then pull out his bones, and make him pay for his vicious behavior. Humph. If you dare to offend our Tuzo sect, by the way, we can also cut off his limbs first, then heal him, and then cut them off again, so that we can continue to torture him. Yes, let me tell you, he has offended our 2 major forces. This time, it will be difficult for him to die even if he wants to. A group of people looked at Chu Vian in the Earth Castle and said, Humph. You Tuzang sect and Chengtian sect are really amazing. Killing you is just another person's viciousness. You want to pull out my bones and you still say I deserve to die. Today I will send you to the west first. I, Chu Wei, have no power that I dare not hit with my fist. Boom. Boom. As Chu Wei's words fell, the earthen castle that trapped Chu Wei began to tremble violently. How is it possible? He is actually going to break through our formation. With a loud boom, in the horrified eyes of everyone, the building like earthen castle collapsed. At the same time, a young man with a chopping knife appeared in everyone's eyes like a god of death. Run away. However, as soon as their figures moved, the slashing knife in Chu Wei's hand cut off all their figures with slashes of sword energy. Blood spreads in the ocean. Today is definitely the day when the disciples of Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect died the most, because no one has ever dared to kill their people like this in this deep sea zone. Whoosh. After leaving dozens of corpses behind, Chu Wei's figure headed east again. About to break out of the sea, Chu Wei finally saw the sun, and he came to the sea again. Frame. 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 As soon as Chu Wei's figure emerged from the sea, there were two huge camps in the sky. Two huge flags of Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect were flying in the camp. People can recognize at a glance that these two groups are the 7 major forces that ordinary people cannot afford to offend. Zhaoda, you can't escape today. When our 2 major sects have surrounded you, do you still want to resist? Why don't you kneel before my majesty? An old man in red clothes shouted in the camp. He was surrounded by spiritual energy, which made it difficult to see clearly. It was the red protector of the Chengtian sect whose strength had reached the realm of an emperor. Humph. A cuckold guy actually dares to talk so shamelessly here. Chu Wei directly poked the other person's pain coldly. Protector Hong's expression immediately changed. He thought that his status in Chengtian sect was very high. Even if someone knew about being cuckolded, no one would dare to mention it in front of him. But now Zhao Dun not only mentioned it, but also mentioned it in front of so many people. Zhaoda, if I don't pull out your teeth one by one later, I will be your son. Protector Hong already hated Chu Wei with hatred. I don't have a son as old as you, Chu Wei sneered disdainfully. I glanced around and saw that there were people from these 2 sects all around. It seemed that if I wanted to get out today, I would have to fight my way out. Okay, 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 you sharp-tongued guy, I will definitely do it later, I will definitely. Protector Hong was so angry that he couldn't find the words to threaten Chu Wei. It's not fair to say anything. What else can you do after you've lived to such an old age? You deserve to be cuckolded. Chu Wei once again spared no blow from the front. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 804. Me. Me. Me, the red protector's beard stood up in anger. I'll kill you. Finally, the red protector broke out, and the spiritual energy in his body instantly turned into magma, about to fall from the sky and burn Chu Wei to ashes. Protector Red, wait a minute, a voice interrupted Protector Red. It turned out to be Zhao Tianhu, the deputy sect leader of Tuzang sect. Zhao Tianhu said, if you, Protector Red, get angry and kill this kid, it will be too easy for him. He still has the orchards of our 2 families on him. Let's ask him to return the orchards to us first. Zhao Tianhu was really afraid that when Protector Hong was angry, the magma power would pass by and directly turn Chu Wei and everything in Chu Wei's space to ashes. That would be bad. By then, if the orchard is gone, the loss will not be recovered at all. Humph. I'm so angry. Protector Red finally calmed down. Zhaoda, if you hand over our orchard properly now, if I am happy, maybe I can leave you a whole body, Zhao Tianhu said to Chu Wei. Whole corpse, Chu Wei smiled disdainfully. They felt so good about themselves. I handed over the orchard and he rewarded me with a whole corpse. So, do I still have to kowtow to thank you for leaving me a whole body? Chu Wei asked sarcastically. If you really want to thank me, I can accept it. Down, Chu Weijin was convinced by these people. Stop it, if you have the ability, come on, but I tell you, sooner or later you will pay the price for your actions today. There are two powerful kings among these people today. If I were in the ordinary king realm, I am afraid I would die countless times. The other party actually wanted to kill him, so Chu Wei would return this gift sooner or later. Ha ha ha, Protector Red laughed wildly. Arrogant kid, do you really think you are some great person? I will let you know now that in my eyes, you are just like that humble ant, you can be crushed to death by me at any time. Protector Red finally couldn't help but take action. His magma power formed a huge magma hand and headed towards Chu Wei. The rolling magma hands were filled with black smoke and flames, and even the surrounding air was constantly distorting. Chu Wei could feel the power of this big hand. He immediately dodged and avoided it, and at the same time, his whole body flew directly towards the east. Chu Wei wants to escape from this encirclement. His current strength is not enough to fight against the powerful emperor. He does not want to use up the only blank card here. Boom! The big hand of magma grabbed nothing, but even the air where Chu Wei was standing was blown away by the big hand of magma. Want to leave? Have you left? Zhao Tianhu's figure suddenly blocked Chu Wei. He had long known that Chu Wei was fast, so he had been guarding against this move. You can't run away today. I, Zhao Tianhu and Protector Hong, are two big guys who are going to deal with you. Do you think you can still run away? Since your legs like running so much, then after I catch you, I will chop off your legs first. Zhao Tianhu looked at Chu Wei with a ruthless look in his eyes. He was not just talking. If Chu Wei really fell into his hands, he would slowly saw off these legs with a knife. Let him know that Zhao Tianhu is not joking. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 805. If I leave today, I will break your legs in the future. If I can't leave today, you will definitely die. Chu Wei said coldly. If it is really impossible to escape today, then use the blank card and destroy all the people of Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect here, leaving no one behind. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect that you would dare to threaten me when you were about to die. Do you think I, Zhao Tianhu, am scared? With a brat like you, you think you can scare me, Zhao Tianhu? I want your life now. White Tiger Celestial Claw. Zhao Tianhu's right hand turned into a huge white tiger paw, and the white hair on the paw fluttered in the wind, just like a real tiger paw. A claw passed through, and several dark traces appeared in the air. Block. The claw came so fast that Chu Wei had no choice but to block it with the Kaibao sword. Crash, with a sound, Chu Wei felt a huge force crashing over him like a big mountain. With a sound of boom, Chu Wei's body was knocked up 1,000 meters and almost landed in the ocean. The king's powerful attack was too powerful, and it was simply not something that I could contend with now. Chu Wei looked at Zhao Tianhu with both eyes. There was still a big gap between his own strength and theirs. After all, they were the masters of the older generation. Do you know the difference between us? Now kneel down and beg for mercy so that I can let you die a more honorable death. Faced with Zhao Tianhu's words, Chu Wei smiled disdainfully, moved his body, and activated the teleportation technique. If he couldn't be beaten, he would run away. This was Chu Wei's common strategy now. However, this time, Zhao Tianhu and Protector Hong did not chase him. Instead, they watched Chu Wei heading east as if they were watching a game. Just when Chu Wei was about to leave the sea area, there was a buzz, sound, and a huge light curtain lit up in the entire sky. This light curtain was so big that it was like a huge transparent bowl, covering tens of thousands of meters of sky around it. It's a barrier. Chu Wei stopped in front of the light curtain, his eyes slightly cold. This barrier was not an ordinary barrier, it was a sixth-order formation, and it covered such a large area, so a lot of auxiliary materials must have been used. In short, the financial resources required to set up such a huge barrier are at least the resources of 5 sixth-level elixirs of the same level. I didn't expect that you were really willing to risk everything just to catch me, Chu Wei stopped and said coldly. Ha ha ha, you can't run away. Let me tell you, our Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect have a lot of money, so it is necessary to catch you. Who do you think you are? Damn it, no one dares to offend our two major forces, only you dare. You thought you, Zhao, were so great, but now. They are not all going to die in our hands. We just want to tell everyone that no one who offends us will have a good ending. The figures of Zhao Tianhu and Protector Hong slowly came from behind. They were in sight of victory at this moment and were not worried at all that Zhao Daninj would run away. Chu Wei, really? Are you the emperor? Anyone who offends you will die. Yes, we are the emperor here. If you offend us, you will die. Chu Wei smiled coldly and did not answer. Instead, he looked at the barrier in the air and said to the system in his mind, System, I want to spend wisdom points to become a 6th-level formation master. Ding. The system is deducting 200 wisdom points from the host, leaving 180 wisdom points after deduction. Byte. The host has become a 6th-order formation master. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 806. As the sound of the system fell, Chu Wei had become a 6th-level formation master in just a short moment. Looking at the barrier in front of him, loopholes immediately appeared in the barrier that was perfect in his eyes just now. The loophole is that this huge barrier has an eye, and in the eye is an old man wearing a white robe. It is this old man who is presiding over this formation, which covers the sky 10,000 meters around. Kid, I didn't expect you to find me. An old man in white robes emerged from the sky. He was very thin, only over 1 meter tall, like a dwarf. The fact that you were able to discover me shows that you have good spirit and acumen, and are very suitable to be a formation master. If it weren't for the fact that you offended someone who cannot be offended, I would have accepted you as a disciple. What a pity. The old man in white robe said. Chu Wei smiled disdainfully, you want to be my master, but I'm afraid you are not qualified. What an arrogant boy. I, old man Xianling, am a dignified 6th-level formation master. Even in the entire continent, I am powerful and powerful. What qualifications do you have to say that I am not qualified? Do you know that as long as I, the old man Xianling, say a word, there are countless people in this world asking to be my disciples? You actually said I'm not worthy. Chu Wei was speechless. He really didn't know why these guys felt so good about themselves. Old Xianling, why do you need to be angry with a dead man? This kid is very powerful with just one mouth. Later we will pull out his tongue and keep him crying for his father and mother, said Protector Hong, who was very angry with Chu Wei before. That's true, but I will keep this boy's skin. I will use the carving technique to make him into a puppet and make him my slave for the rest of his life. Dare to offend me? I make his life worse than death. Then I will let you die first. Chu Wei's figure suddenly disappeared, and the next second appeared behind the old man Xianling. Countless tentacles appeared in his hands, which were devouring powers. At this moment, Chu Wei had to use his true ability, otherwise, it would be impossible to leave here safely today. Although I, old man Xianling, have not yet entered the realm of the Emperor, with my level as a 6th-level formation master, no one below the 9th level can be my opponent in the realm of the king. You are really overestimating your abilities. The old man Xianling used the carving technique to create a formation behind him to stop Chu Wei. He didn't even look back. He believed that with Chu Wei's strength, he would never be able to break through his formation. Protector Hong and Zhao Tianhu in the distance also looked at Chu Wei with disdain, thinking that Chu Wei was struggling to his death. They knew the strength of old man Xianling very well. At the third level of King Zhao, there was absolutely nothing they could do to him. Haha, several people looked at Chu Wei as if they were watching a clown struggling. This kid has been arrogant for so long, and now we can finally see him panicking, ha ha ha. However, the next second, panicked expressions appeared on their own faces, especially old Xianling, whose disdainful expression had long since disappeared. Instead, he felt panic and pain, because he saw several dark tentacles on his chest actually piercing his chest. How is this possible? You are only at the level 3 of a king. How can you break through the barrier of my level 8 king? This is impossible. Old Xianling felt that the flesh, spiritual energy and supernatural powers in his body were being swallowed by the dark tentacles. This is, the swallowing power. At the last second, old man Xianling recognized this terrifying tentacle, which was said to be an invincible power in a great realm, a devouring power. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiang ZK. Chapter 807. Whoosh. Chu Wei stretched out his hand and sucked old Suanling's space phone into his hand. This old guy was a master who had been famous for many years. His family must be rich and he couldn't let it go. What, it's actually a swallowing power. It's the devouring power, but didn't the devouring power just appear on Chu Wei's body not long ago? Protector Hong and Zhao Tianhu were both shocked. They never expected that they would encounter devouring powers here. Do you want to take a closer look at who I am? Chu Wei pulled off his ever-changing mask, revealing a handsome face that belonged to him. You are Chu Wei. Oh my god, it turns out that the person who fought against the two major forces of the Chengtian sect and the Tuzang sect in the Deep Sea Mystery Zone was Chu Wei, who beat the younger generation of the Chengtian sect to the point where they couldn't get up a while ago. The other people around him suddenly burst into laughter, and all kinds of surprised sounds could be heard. No wonder this Zhao is not afraid of anything, it turns out he is Chu Wei. No wonder, Chu Wei even defeated the entire younger generation of Chengtian sect, so how can he be afraid of Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect? Protector Hong's face became even more angry when he heard the sounds around him. Now as long as he mentions this Chu Wei, his Chengtian sect will become the laughing stock of others. Moreover, Chu Wei was really brave this time, and he actually dared to show himself in front of him so arrogantly. If we don't arrest him today, how will he, the Red Protector Lin Hong, explain to the Chengtian sect headquarters? Okay, I didn't expect you to be Chu Wei. It's so great. Today there is a road to heaven if you don't take it, and there is no door to hell if you want to break through, kill. Lin Hong's body shook, and the surrounding magma formed spears, just like the spears of the god of war, and headed directly towards Chu Wei. Chu Wei didn't dare to fight head-on. Even if he had the power of devouring, he couldn't stand up to the powerful emperor head-on. Whoosh! Chu Wei's figure dodged, but the next moment, a heat wave hit Chu Wei's right. It turned out that the magma superpower formed a 5-clawed dragon that roared towards Chu Wei. When passing by the sea surface, this giant dragon boils the sea water directly, forming bubbles one by one. Boom! The giant dragon slapped Chu Wei on the back. A fire immediately ignited on Chu Wei's back, and a violent burning sensation caused Chu Wei's skin to burst open. The attack of the powerful emperor was too strong, and even if Chu Wei was fast, he could not completely dodge it. We still have to break the barrier quickly, Chu Wei headed towards the sky. Although old man Xianling was dead, his barrier was still there. He needed to break the center point before he could leave here. Want to leave? Dreaming. The Red Protector's whole body was rolling with magma, just like a little sun, heading directly towards Chu Wei. I'm here to help you too. Zhao Tianhu also moved, and his white superpower formed a huge spider behind him. The spider spun silk and covered the entire sky, preventing Chu Wei from breaking the formation. Zhao Tianhu, you old guy, when I get out, I must make you know how to write the word death. Chu Wei, who was blocked by Zhao Tianhu, was punched in the back by Protector Red. With a sound of boom, Chu Wei's body crashed into the sea like a cannonball. The strong men in the Emperor's realm are different. This time, even if this Chu Wei has incredible combat power, it is impossible to escape from here. Yes, this Chu Wei is still too arrogant. With his potential, if he devotes himself to spiritual cultivation for more than 10 years and then comes out, I don't think anyone from the Chengtian sect can be his opponent. Yes, this young man is still too arrogant. As a person, you should keep a low profile. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang ZK. Chapter 808. Amid the discussion, Chu Wei's figure rushed out from the bottom of the sea with a whoosh. Chu Wei's body was steaming hot. It was because his exclusive skill, qi, and blood boiling, had been activated, repairing the injury just now. I didn't expect you actually have this kind of martial arts that can repair injuries. If you die, I want this thing. Zhao Tianhu's eyes were full of greed. You will never be able to want my things in this life. Chu Wei's figure moved, and he released the instant body technique and came directly to the edge of the barrier. However, seeing this scene, the Red Protector was not panicked at all. Boy, you may not know that this barrier is a 6th level barrier. Although the old man Xianling is dead. But his barrier is definitely not something you can break in a short time. You will definitely die today. Chu Wei smiled faintly. If you didn't pretend just now, if you stopped me from approaching the barrier just now, then I'm afraid it would be difficult for me to escape. But you are careless. Chu Wei's hands moved in succession, and the huge spiritual energy instantly outlined a formation and was about to start breaking the formation. How is it possible? He is actually a formation master, and it seems that he is a 6th level formation master. How is this possible? The Red Guardian was shocked. He was careless. He really didn't expect that Chu Wei was actually a formation master. This was totally unexpected. Boom. In the eyes of everyone, the formation in Chu Wei's hand directly hit the light curtain. Although the light curtain did not break, a hole more than 1 person high appeared. The formation arranged by Elder Xianling was not only a 6th level formation, but also reinforced with a lot of resources. Even if Chu Wei had upgraded to a 6th level formation master, it would be impossible to completely break it. 2880 SIXS, Chu Wei, will return double for your interception today. Chu Wei waved his hand at the entrance of the cave. The next second, Chu Wei's figure left the cave directly and quickly headed towards the eastern horizon. Don't let him escape, absolutely not. The Red Guardian came to the entrance of the cave with the rolling magma, and looked at Chu Wei's leaving figure with a horrified expression. The performance of this young man named Chu Wei today was really unexpected. Even though he and Zhao Tianhu, 2 powerful emperors, and the old man Xianling, who had been famous for many years, attacked together, they could not stop him. What's more terrifying is that he actually killed the old man Xianling in front of him. He had never seen such a young man in his life. This man named Chu Wei not only has great potential, but also is smart, which is the most terrifying. If such a young man comes in a few years, I'm afraid that no one in the entire Chengtian sect will be able to be his opponent. Such a young man must be killed in advance. Must be. Chase. Zhao Tianhu obviously thought of the terrible consequences of Chu Wei's revenge after he left today. He and the Red Guardian went to the east together. Boom. The two of them increased their speed to the fastest, and the powerful aura directly opened up a transparent road in the sky in front of them. Anyone or any plane that blocked this road would be directly torn apart by this powerful aura. Swoosh! Swoosh! The two figures chased across the sky like two cannonballs, but Chu Wei's speed was too fast. After a while, they could no longer see Chu Wei's trace. Damn it! This kid actually escaped. This is going to be difficult. I didn't expect that this Zhao De was actually Chu Wei. At this moment, Zhao Tianhu regretted his actions today. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 809. He really didn't expect that Zhao De was Chu Wei. If he offended a young man with potential like Chu Wei, it might really bring disaster to Tuzang sect in the future. Humph. Deputy sect leader Zhao, why do you regret it? Even if Chu Wei has potential, it's just potential. Potential does not represent strength. We will send the sex masters to chase him after we go back. I don't believe that this kid has 3 heads and 6 arms and can resist the combination of our 2 major forces. Zhao Tianhu took a deep breath. There was no way to turn back. He could only try his best to kill Chu Wei. What Hong Huifa said makes sense. I was panicking. Even if Chu Wei has potential, he is just an 18-year-old youth now. He is far from being a match for you and me. We just need to kill him before he becomes a when it grows up, just kill it. Red Protector, yes. We are masters who have been famous for many years. There is no reason to be afraid of such a kid. Besides, now that this kid's identity has been exposed, I don't know how many people of the older generation want to get his devouring ability and other treasures. Maybe he will die on the street one day, and there is no need for our 2 forces to take action at all. Zhao Tianhu, yes, it's all my fault for being too panicked just now. He is just a little guy. With the power of our 2 families, we can crush him to death with a flip of our hands. Don't take it to heart, don't take it to heart. The next day, the fact that Chu Wei appeared in the deep sea maze swept across several continents like a gust of wind. Countless people knew that Chu Wei had uprooted the orchards of Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect in the deep sea maze. And he also killed the old man Xianling who had been famous for many years. This news caused a lot of noise. After all, this time Chu Wei was dealing with a strong man of the older generation. What is even more shocking is that Chu Wei actually escaped safely from the net set up by the 2 emperors, Hong Huifa and Zhao Tianhu. This made almost everyone think that Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect were a bunch of bumpkins, and so many people could not catch Chu Wei. Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect were also very angry about these statements from the outside world. Chu Wei had completely ruined their reputation. At all costs, Chu Wei must be caught back. On this day, the top leaders of Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect issued this order together. When the order was issued, almost all continents were shocked. It was really unexpected that Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect, as one of the 7 major forces, would issue the highest order to a young man at the same time. For a time, several continents were in turmoil because of Chu Wei. In a hidden mountain range. Oh my God, this old man Xianling has a rich family background. There are 2 million Lingyu coins alone. Chu Wei sat on a large blue stone and counted the property of old man Xianling. You have to know that Chu Wei had sold so many things before, but only got more than 100,000 Lingyu coins. These 2 million Lingyu coins are simply a huge sum of money. When Chu Wei took them out, they were just like a small mountain in front of him. These 2 million Lingyu coins exuded a hazy glow. This is the effect of the spiritual energy in the Lingyu coins. The spiritual energy contained in so many Lingyu coins is huge, enough to be equivalent to more than 10 6th level spiritual medicines. However, Chu Wei did not absorb the spiritual energy in these Lingya coins. Lingya coins are the universal currency of the entire earth. Chu Wei still likes the feeling of having money and being a big shot. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 810. He, Chu Wei smiled and put the Lingya coins into his own space. If Zhao Tianhu and Hong Huifa saw Chu Wei's smile at this moment, they would be so angry that they would vomit blood, because the 2 million Lingya coins were the reward they paid to Elder Xianling for setting up the barrier. Elder Xianling is a 6th level engraver who has been famous for many years. If he wants to make a move, even Chengtian sect cannot give him credit, so he paid first. However, the money now fell into Chu Wei's pocket. This is among Elder Xuanling's property, there is a picture album, which says, XXX Actresses Blood-Spurting Sexy Photo Album. The actress in this picture album is wearing a bikini, but the fabric is too little, and it can't cover her plump and hot body at all. This is simply malnourishing. Such a hot actress is really a man's dream lover, and there is more than one such picture album, there are 3, a set of photo albums. House Goddess XXX Sexy Photo. Hot Body Sexy Photo. Elegant Lady Sexy Photo. Looking at these names, Chu Wei said disdainfully, "This old man is very bad." A white fire ignited directly in his hand, and Chu Wei turned the 3 photo books into ashes. But the figure in the hot body sexy photo book just now is comparable to Jin Mo'er's figure, their breasts are so big. Chu Wei recalled that he had seen many beauties, but the one with the biggest breasts was still Jin Mo'er. Ding! The host is very bad. Thinking about other people's breasts. Reward 2 spiritual crystals, current spiritual crystals 165 points/200 points. Current king level 3. Damn, I was just comparing, who asked them to grow such big breasts, can't I say it? After despising the system, Chu Wei picked up another golden scroll, the edges of which were inlaid with golden silk threads, which looked very luxurious. Chu Wei's heart moved slightly. This might be some kind of martial arts or skills. He opened the scroll, and the 2 big words prison fell into Chu Wei's eyes. Use the barrier to set a trap in the space in advance. When the prey falls into the trap, the barrier will turn into a prison to trap the prey. At the same level, it is difficult to break the barrier in a short time. It turned out to be a barrier array. Chu Wei thought about it. Although this array is not an attack type, it can trap people. This can be used to deal with those who are very fast and can't be caught up by themselves. Just like if Elder Xianling and others want to deal with me, they can use this array. However, Elder Xianling and others thought they had laid a net last time, so they didn't use this prison. Otherwise, Chu Wei felt that if he fell into the prison, it would be really difficult to get out. But everything can't be repeated. If Elder Xianling wants to blame, he should blame himself for being too careless. Carve. Draw. Chu Wei drew the spiritual energy with his fingers and practiced directly according to the above practice method. This lasted for half a day. As a master who had been famous for many years, Elder Xianling had several 6th level spiritual medicines and more than 10 5th level spiritual medicines in his mobile phone space in addition to the formation. These things were naturally consumed by Chu Wei in one go. After eating these spiritual medicines, Chu Wei only felt the spiritual energy surging in his body, and his vitality was constantly absorbed by the red lightning ability.